Hello and a beautiful good morning. So today we are going on an adventure through Jaffna, exploring Jaffna. Me and my friend AJ, met him in the hostel, great guy. And yeah, we're exploring the Nallur Kandaswamy Temple. And after that we go to the Kerrimalai pond and temple. So come along for the journey and enjoy. So we're travelling through Jaffna and it was so fun to be on the back of a bicycle. I felt like a kid again. And so my friend AJ, he lived right near the temple, nearly crashed there. And so he brought me to his house and introduced me to the dog that he recently adopted from the streets. So cute, and you'll see more of this little guy later on. The rules will apply as for most temples: remove your shoes, your hat, cover your knees, things like that. But here in Jaffna, if you're a man and you enter inside the temple, you have to also remove your t-shirt. As you can see, this is us entering the temple, and just have a look at this. So obviously seeing this was a very big surprise to me. I've never seen anything like it. Not just the men rolling around, but the whole kind of culture. I've never been around something that is like this. I've never experienced anything like this. And so of course I have many questions. And the reason the men roll around is basically done as a ritual. The sand is very hot. They roll around topless, and the men will roll around the whole circumference of the temple. And as you can see here, very nice to just witness people practicing their faith, their religion, and for me it's nice to just observe these things and kind of just look and just be immersed in the moment. For me, it is super beautiful just to watch these people practice their faith and religion, freely being able to express themselves. And I love just learning about the rituals, why people do things, you know, the reason behind it, cleansing, things like this. For me, super interesting stuff. So this festival typically will run for about 25 days or 1 month, and as you can see, well, this is the first day, and as you can see, very busy, very lively, lots going on. So if you watch a lot of food things in Sri Lanka, about the food culture, you'll know this lady, Rosanna. Super nice to meet her, very nice lady. And again, we're just going to see more rituals here. As you can see, so many people there cracking open coconuts. Of course, I was curious as to why, and the answer is to remove impurity. Now, this is not only done on festivals, but also as a general thing that lives throughout Hindu culture. It's kind of a traditional ritual. Now, I didn't actually ask what the reason is for the fire, kind of why people are using it to bring and put in their heads. I would imagine that is done as a way to cleanse and again to purify. Smoke, fire, that's typically what it's used for in a lot of cultures and rituals. So if anyone does know the actual answer, please drop it in the comments because I would love to know. So both inside the premises and outside, you'll see a lot of stalls, a lot of people selling things, food, things like that, things for rituals. And after me and my friend AJ left, we headed back to his house. And as promised, here is the cutest little puppy. When I first walked in and met this little guy, he was hiding behind the tree. He didn't really want to be seen. He was shy. As soon as he warmed up to me, you can see how happy, how playful he is. And he just loves to be around people. And because he's a puppy, he's teething, things like that. Here in Sri Lanka, it is very common for people to leave stray dogs or kind of dump puppies, kittens, things like that, and it is very sad. And my friend AJ, he took this guy in, had decided to take care of him and give him a home, and you can see how grateful he is for this. Grateful to be around people, grateful to just play. And yeah, I asked him if he'd given him a name. At this point, he'd only taken him in, I think, 1 week. So he didn't give him a name yet, he said you can name him. So I had the absolute honour of naming this guy, and I picked the name Clifford. Maybe one day I'll be able to return to Jaffna and see both AJ and Clifford all growing up. So me and AJ actually had some really deep conversations, and it's so amazing that you can meet someone on the other side of the world and really connect with them. After the temple, after the festival, we were heading to Keerimalai Pond and Temple. If you would like to visit this place, it will take you about 1 hour from Jaffna town, and the bus is 150 rupees. Now, Jaffna really did surprise me in so many ways. If you're just driving around like you can see on the bus here, or if you get a scooter and just kind of take it and go exploring, you'll see how beautiful and unique Jaffna really is. We have just arrived at the beautiful temple, and as you can see, the entrance here is known as a gopura or gopuram. And Hindu temples are often called Kovils, and this refers to the Dravidian style of temple that is seen across all of Sri Lanka and the south of India. As you can see, it's the kind of pyramid style, and you can just watch and admire the beauty of this temple. The infamous King Ravana, King of Sri Lanka, was a huge devotee of Lord Shiva, and in his honour he established 5 sacred Shiva lingas. In the present day, these are referred to as Pancha Inchwams, and they are basically located around the coast of Sri Lanka, the circumference of Sri Lanka, and they are highly revered pilgrimage centres for Hindus. One of them is this temple here, and so basically it's a temple devoted to Lord Shiva, put in place by King Ravana, and Hindus will come here from all around the world to pilgrimage and bathe in the pond that is next to the temple. This temple has undergone a lot of destruction and, as you can see, beautiful resurrection. It was taken over by the Portuguese, burnt down by a fire, and had damage during the Civil War. So you can see the remains of the old temple. To the opposite of the old temple, you'll see lots of food stalls, and if you walk down the straight road all the way down, you'll be connected to this beautiful location, and this is where the pond lives, or the sacred water. Many Hindus believe that this water has healing properties, and there's so much mythology surrounded around this, and this is why, for me, I love learning about these things. So I've delved deep into the mythology, started to learn about the history, the stories. If anyone can add anything, again, please drop it in the comments because I'd love to know. So one of the original stories is that there used to be a sage who lived in a cave near this pond. With his age, his face and body began to resemble a mongoose. After taking a bath in the waters here, he was cured of this disfigurement. He was known as Sage Nagula, and the temple is named after him. Nagula and Keri refer to a mongoose in local scripture. And in Hindu mythology, what is known as the Ramayana it details where King Ravana flew to India on the first ever kind of aeroplane. He stole Lord Rava's wife, Sita, and came back to Sri Lanka. Rava, angered, he came to Sri Lanka and kind of, I guess, killed King Ravana. And before going back to India, he was advised to cleanse his sins. It said that he visited all the Pancha Inchwams and cleansed himself of all sins when he took a bath in the holy water of this pond. Now, beyond all the mythology, beyond all the stories, if you are in Jaffna, this is going to be a very nice place to come. To bathe in this water, it costs 30 rupees. And if you'll know, Jaffna's sun is no joke. It is very hot. So, of course, coming here to cool off is going to be a great idea. A lot of time there will be local people. You can speak to them, kind of, maybe they'll explain the culture, the religion, the history around this place. And that's always a beautiful way to learn for me. I've always been fortunate enough, blessed enough to be in a certain place, and people will come and explain things to me. And yeah, like you can see, it is connected to the ocean, it's right next to it, so you have the peaceful sound of waves. Very peaceful place. This is said to be fresh water. I'm not 100% sure. As you can see here, it is connected to the ocean and it is salt water. So if anyone knows any more of that, because as I was reading, it said it's meant to be fresh water. And that's kind of a sense of why it's healing, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Now, as we were leaving, it did get busy. If you're getting the bus back, make sure you leave by 5, because it leaves at 5:15. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my journey through Jaffna today. There will be more to come. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.